So after seeing everyone talk, I got really shocked, honestly, because like they were prepared, and thanks for Jalal for like embarrassing me. I'm messy, and I was not as prepared as someone else. So I thought maybe I would do something else, like a comedy show or something, a gluten-free show. Yeah, I'm the co-host. So I'm Mohammad. I'm from Libya. For 40 years, we lived in a dictatorship. It was a one-man party, everything was bad, and there was no process for success. 2011 happened, there was hope, the Arab Spring, everyone was like, really, this is it, everything's going fine as best as we want. However, 4 years later, I saw my young cousin, and he was drawing something, and I was like, oh, what are you drawing? And he said, I'm drawing a police car. And when I saw what he drew something like, my hands are shaking. This. Yeah, this is what police was for him. Someone in a very big car, truck, shooting at a building, fire everywhere, missiles. I was so shocked about how the narrative became. How did we become so used to this that for this kid it was his reality? It was so shocking. I had 2 friends, we were best friends. One's called Malik, he's from a city, Gurian. Another one's called Primid, and he's from another city, Sintan. 2013 happens, a big war happens. We were best friends, all the time together, always doing fun stuff together. We went camping, of course not like the camping trip we did here, it was lawn and everything. No, it was more minimalistic, like your back hurts from just sleeping on something. They stopped talking to each other. They stopped being friends. They became angry at each other, basically. They got caught in this whole war thing. And every city chose a side. Every city chose a side. And I see all these people the same as Malik and Ahmed. We were best friends, and we're not anymore. The university became not safe, became a very dangerous place. The problem basically was lack of tolerance between all these students. And actually, it's a reflection to like the whole country. The whole country has lack of tolerance to each other, and they don't want to listen to each other. And it's ironic, because when I like talk to Ahmed alone, he tells me, oh, I want great Libya, I want better good, I want this, I want this. Another part is doing that. Another side tells me like, Malik says, no, I want better Libya, I want this, I want that. And other sides are not so good. And it's funny, because they both want the same thing. They just didn't talk to each other to know that, realize that. We're talking about track 3 people, of course, not the track 1. Those guys have a different story. So, my solution is, I'm going to start with the university. We're going to create a platform for all these students to come and meet. They don't have to even speak to each other directly. They can come to this panel that would be like with a certain agenda that can accept these ideas in their minds. Like, what do they have in common? Let's focus on what do we have in common. Let's look at all these subjects and try to give that idea of maybe the other side is not as different. Maybe we want the same thing. Maybe that idea, it's just like, it starts with a small thing and then an avalanche will happen and things will come back. Longer vision is actually for this too. The longer vision is so these students come, they take this information back home and they start to accept this idea to their families. Oh, maybe the other side is not like that. Let's think about it more. Let's start to be more objective. And in the end, hopefully, we would reach a better solution. Is it peace? Is it called peace? I don't know, but I was walking the other day in a museum. It was an art class mixed with freedom of speech and all that stuff, Professor Chris. And we stopped at this sculpture. It had these words that were very interesting, like what Rodney King said. Can't we all just live in peace? So that's